Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason.
I understand, Canelo is bigger than me and whatnot, but I'm up for the challenge.
Terence Crawford's recent workout video has prompted Canelo Alvarez to respond. In anticipation of a possible fight with Canelo, Crawford is stepping up his training routine. Include a variety of strength and conditioning activities, such as resistance training and weightlifting, to increase stamina and power. Moreover, Crawford works to improve his striking technique by increasing his speed and accuracy with heavy bag sessions and work. Music. Arab Sheikh Turki Al-Sheikh, a fervent boxing enthusiast, has pledged to deliver many top-tier bouts by 2025. The most anticipated of these could be the long-awaited fight between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Hydration clause. Fight in Las Vegas on September Mexican Independence Day weekend. The main obstacle is that Crawford would have to put on 14 pounds to match the Mexican fighter Canelo's weight class. Over the years, Canelo has progressively advanced through the weight classes, beginning at super welterweight, where he won the WBC world title, and later becoming the unified middleweight champion at 160 pounds. He briefly went up to light heavyweight, defeating Sergey Kovalev to win the IBF title. Before dropping to super, he became the first undisputed four-belt champion in the middleweight class, and Canelo hasn't had many fights end in a decision since 2016. To confront Crawford would have to move up 2 weight classes. Canelo has voiced concerns about dealing with Terence Crawford, emphasized the significance of weight classes in boxing, saying that there are weight classes for a purpose and that 147 pounds is where he performs best. This viewpoint comes after Crawford recently moved to 154 pounds, where he won a world title by overcoming Israel Madar. In spite of Crawford's triumph, Canelo thinks that lifting 168 pounds to face him would be a big step that may put Crawford at a disadvantage because of the disparity in stature and strength. Canelo's position emphasizes the fundamental boxing idea that weight divisions are in place to guarantee competitive and equitable bouts while upholding the sport's integrity and athlete safety. You can't anticipate Saturday, but do you feel up for a fight? Crawford, Terence, he seems to desire the fight, and he's made it apparent. Do you think that kind of conflict adds value to your legacy, or do you think it's not worth it? I know that every battle I've had in my career has helped me leave a better and different legacy. Terence Crawford is a fantastic fighter, but as I mentioned before, he attends weight classes for a reason. I'm totally focused on Banga, but you never know what may happen next. Indeed, Canelo's exposure is Crawford's falsified record. Canelo is correct about Crawford. In his 17-year career, he has never faced elite or A-level opponents. His greatest victory was a car incident that left him exhausted and weighted down. Other than him,
forward past Saturday, but do you feel like a fight like Terence Crawford? I see he wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and then you never know what happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you sick of people asking you about Terence? I always say that I respect Terence Crawford because he's a very talented fighter, but Spence, who hasn't looked the same since his high-speed, 100 miles per hour car crash with his expensive Ferrari in 2019, has a resume devoid of talented fighters. If you look at his record, he just won one big fight. He defeated a good fighter like but other than that, I don't think he's betting on other great fighters like ESP Spence. He did a really good job with Spence, making it look almost effortless. I knew that Spence is a great fighter, but you never know in boxing. Terence Crawford responded to Canelo's recent remark about his record by stating, "LOL, that's funny. Every guy I've fought isn't excellent. But one noted, just remember what you said, because of Crawford's detractors claim that he has been purposefully paired against B-level opponents to keep an impeccable record, avoiding top-tier competition, since he has always enjoyed making others seem like nobody." Jiren Enes Bakram Miraz Alv, Virgil Ortiz Jr.
Tired of people asking you about Terence yet? No, look, there's I always say I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did like almost look it very easy but I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
It may be difficult for him. It's disrespectful for Crawford to call you out at 68 and say that he can beat you at this weight, but everyone wants to fight with me, so it's okay that being the biggest fight possible in boxing is that. Teofimo Lopez, a two-weight world champion who is trained with Canelo under coach Eddie Rozo, is among those who believe the weight increase could be too much for Crawford. Despite these worries, the possible matchup has generated a lot of excitement among boxing fans and analysts. It's absurd that you ask about something you'd genuinely be interested in because you say, oh, my is coming in other weight classes and he's welterweight, so don't make sense. However, if the fight makes sense, why don't many people have it number 1 pound for pound? You know that a few people there deserve to be at the top of his F rankings. With reference to a possible bout with Terence Crawford, Canelo has shown confidence, saying, easy money if the money is right, I'm in because I don't want to fight men like Crawford because the bout is dull and he moves a much. This comment expresses Canelo's opinion that Crawford's very movement-heavy approach could not suit his favored matches. Despite this, talks about a fight between the two champions have advanced, with sources suggesting that a deal has been made for a September 2025 battle in Las Vegas. The boxing community is quite interested in this possible clash. After defeating Edgar Berlanga, Canelo recently talked about possible future fights, most notably with unbeaten champion Terence Crawford. Canelo admits that potential for encountering in a later development. It was reported that Canelo and Crawford had engaged in promising talks with Saudi boxing chief Turki al-Sheikh to set up a major fight in 2025.
For Crawford to call you out at 68, say that he can beat you at this weight?
No, everybody wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
It's crazy when you asking about that because you say, your matchup is coming out of the other weight classes and that's it, and he's welterweight, so don't make sense. But if the fight made sense, why not?
A lot of people have him at number 1 pound for pound. You think that's fair to you?
It's a few people there who deserve to be the number 1 pound per pound, and it's fine.
Whatever comes next, my buddy. Thank you so much, and have a nice evening. I think he's going to have another terrific battle. Both fighters are good fighters, so I think they have a chance to win. After recent talks about a possible mega fight with Terence Crawford, Canelo is anticipated to play a significant role in the RAD series. The event, which is being held in Saudi Arabia, intends to showcase elite boxing with both fighters reaching an agreement. The highly anticipated showdown is scheduled to debut in the Riyadh series in September 2025.